Position size is really important when it comes to longevity as far as trading goes. You want to be able to survive several different losing trades in a row and be able to keep going. Any trading system you come across generally has a suggested size, and that is around 2%. Maybe it's 3%, maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 5%. But you want to risk a certain percentage of your account, and they kind of leave it at that. They don't really tell you where to go from there. Hi there, my name is Russ Horn, and I am going to show you some quick ways to determine the size of your trade. There's a couple of different things that you can do here. Now, I'm going to show you the math behind risking a percentage of your account and the math behind risking a certain dollar amount. If you already know you want to risk $100 or $200 or whatever, there is a very, very simple formula that you can use that'll work clear across the board. Now, it's going to work exactly right for certain pairs and be very, very close for all the other pairs. And if you're okay with very, very close, then these formulas are all you're going to need to know. They're very quick to do, and you just pull out your calculator really quick, click, 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 like the calculator I've got on the chart here, and you can have that calculation done in seconds. Another way to do this is I'm going to show you an online calculator that you can use. But first, I'm going to show you these two formulas. They are very simple and really straightforward. So let's start with the one where you know what the dollar amount is that you're going to risk. That will be this first one here, risking a dollar amount. So let's say you wanted to risk $100 on your trade. What you need to do is figure out where your stop loss is going to be and where your entry is going to be and what that is in pips. How far away is your stop loss going to be? So let's say for this example, your stop loss is going to be 22 pips. So I'm going to risk $100. I'm going to divide that by 22 pips. So 100 divided by 22. And what that does, 100 divided by 22, is it gives me the dollar amount per pip. So I'm going to be risking $4.54 or 55 cents per pip on this trade. So from here, I'll just go divided by 10. And what this does is give me the trade size that I want to put on. I want to put on 0.45 lots as a trade size. It is really that simple. The amount that you want to risk on the trade divided by how many pips the stop loss is divided by 10 gives you the lot size. All right. Now let's say you want to risk a certain percentage of your account, but you're not quite sure what that percentage will equate to. So let's say I've got a $5,000 account. What I'm going to do is take that account size, $5,000, and times it by the percentage risk. So let's say it's 2%. So I'm going to go $5,000 times 2%, which is 0.02 equals $100. So that is what I'm going to risk now, divided by the stop loss, let's say is 22 pips, equals, and this is going to be the dollar amount for each pip that is moved up or down, and then divide by 10. And this gives me the trade size that I want to put on to the trade. We could do this with anything, any dollar amount. Let's say I'm going to risk 3% on a $13,000 account. So I've got a $13,000 account. I'm going to risk 3%, so times 0.03 equals, gives me the dollar amount that I'm going to be risking. Now I divide that by the number of pips the stop loss would be. So let's say it's 37 pips. And that gives me the price per pip. So I am going to be trading with $10.54 per pip. Divide that by 10. And that gives me the trade size. So I'm going to put on 1.05 lots on that particular size account. Really straightforward. This math is something that you can do very, very quickly once you memorize the formula. You could write this down, put it on your monitor even. So you've got very basic math, and this is as simple as the math will get. And this really is the only math that you need to know when it comes to trading. So now let me show you the online calculator. So if I go to a website, www.russhorn.com/calculator, I'm going to get to this particular page. Now it's this top calculator that I'm interested in. I don't need the bottom one. I'm just going to use the top one. So let's say I have got a certain account. So I'm going to put that into size. My account size is $6,800. It's a US dollar account. I'm going to risk 3%. So it's just the number, not 0.03, just 3. The stop loss in pips, let's say, is 25. I'm trading the Euro USD pair, so I'll hit compute, and it tells me how much money I'm going to end up risking on that trade and the trade size. Under the STD, that's the standard lot size, I'm going to, in my platform, put 0.58 or 0.583. That is the lot size that I'm going to place in order to risk 3% of a $6,800 account with a stop loss being 35 pips. All right, let's say I already know how much I want to risk on the trade. So what I'll do is in the size here, I'm going to put, say I want to risk $200 on the trade. Currency pair, this is the currency that I use. So under risk, because I know the amount of money I want to risk, I'm going to be risking all of that. So 100%. That's the amount that I want to risk. And the stop loss, let's say, is 28 pips. And let's say I'm trading something different. The US dollar, let's go for the pound, Japanese yen. When I do something that is not a US dollar, I'm going to need to put in whatever this last currency is into the slot here. In this case, it's the pound, Japanese yen. I need to know what the price is currently for the US dollar, Japanese yen. So if I go to the US dollar Japanese yen chart, I've got 112.39. So I go back and I go 112.39 and then click compute, and it gives me all the numbers that I need here. I'm going to be risking $200 on a trade that has got the position size of 0.803. So under the standard lot, that is what I'm going to be putting into my platform. 0.803 lots, and that is going to get me the exact trade size. Now, I recommend that you learn how to use the formulas. These formulas here are very simple, and they're very quick once you understand how to do them. Write them down on a piece of paper, put them close to your computer, and then I use the computer calculator. I've got it on my menu bar, my taskbar at the bottom, so I can pull it up at any time and just click in the numbers really quick. It only takes a couple seconds to do once you know the formula, and it's very, very simple. Now, these formulas will get you with the currency pairs that end with US dollar. These are going to be right on. They're going to be exactly right. And anything else that doesn't end with the US dollar, they're going to be very, very close. They're going to be a very close approximation, but they're close enough that I'm not worried about the difference. And if I'm trading the euro yen or the euro Australian dollar or something like that, and I'm trading it frequently, I'm always going to be using this calculation. So the trade size on those particular pairs are always going to be the same. So it's not a big deal for me. All right. I hope this helped. This is how you calculate the trade size to get either the right dollar figure at risk or the right percentage of your account at risk.